Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, all dignitaries. I, Gurvinder Kaur, along with my co-host Ms. Signa Bhajwaj, welcome you all at the third session of second day AICTE Atal Academy sponsor online faculty development program on drug engineering challenges and innovation. This third session will be conducted by Mr. Yogesh V. Krishnasagar and followed by Mr. Ashish Kumar. I invite Mr. Yogesh. I want to introduce you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Yogesh is working as a lecturer for last 15 years at KK Wagh Education Society, Nasik. His areas of specialization is teaching English and communication skill, software skill, and management skill, entrepreneurship development. Mr. Yogesh conduct trainings for the student on soft skill, communication skill, and spoken English. Also, teaching of English, entrepreneurship development. He also trained faculty trainings at AICT, Atal FDPs, and short-term training programs. He also conduct training sessions on Sahaj Yoga and Youth Entrepreneur. I welcome you, sir. Please.
Yes, thank you very much, madam, for this introduction and for this opportunity. Dear participants, today we have gathered here for a really very wonderful topic because we are busy in all our life activities, daily activities, and rarely we get very less time for our own self. And for that, obviously, in a way, soon or later, that results into a kind of stress, kind of burden is there because we are unable to fulfill some certain things there. So in today's session, first of all, we'll see what is yoga, what is meditation, and then we'll see some practical aspects of meditation, how meditation can help us for managing the stress that we come across in our day-to-day kind of situations. So let me take you through a few slides first of all, and later on we'll go for practical experience of meditation because this topic is really a very vast topic. Today's session would be just an introductory session, and later on with the help of this session, I'm sure that many of you, means almost all of you, will be able to follow the basics of meditation. You will learn how to meditate, the exact meaning of meditation, and some benefits of meditation will also be discussed in the due course of our presentation. So I would like to keep this session as an interactive session. So if participants want to share something in between, they're welcome. So let us begin with this. First of all, let me thank the organizing committee and Praveen sir and all his team for making this session possible and allowing us to introduce this very unique technique of meditation to all of you. Generally, what happens in today's situation, we come across many activities during yoga day and different activities that are planned on various occasions. So generally, yoga is considered as a kind of exercise, and only that much is sufficient for us as we think. But if you look at the meaning of yoga in our ancient scriptures, or when you go to Sanskrit language, yoga means union. So union of what? Union of what we don't know, especially the mainly the asanas and all those are pranayams and all those are considered as yoga. But yoga is a kind of union of our own. In simple language or in Sanskrit language, this is what yoga means get connected. The energy that we have within us gets connected with the supreme energy. We can call it energy of the nature, energy of cosmic energy, or the whole nature, whole atmosphere, the whole power that governs the universe. So we get connected with that power through meditation. But why should we meditate? Because in today's situation, as we have been facing pandemic situation, and we have come across many difficulties in our day-to-day kind of life also. So while doing this, while facing our day-to-day kind of activities, we come across some certain things like a kind of competition is there. Like I have to go through different competitions at my own level. You come across many situations where people surpass you, though they want to prove themselves, and at the same time you also want to uh, prove your own qualities, and in a way that results into kind of competition. All of we have some career objectives, and therefore we participate in different kinds of FDPs. We go on increasing our expanding our horizons of the you can say career, by learning new things, by getting different degrees, by participating in various competitions, by learning new things by new ways, and different kind of career objectives are there. After becoming a professor, we want to get a higher position like an HOD. Then again, that is also one of the growth kind of career objectives are there, and that also is one of the reasons for which we need some meditation. Then aspirations from our you can say family members, aspirations from our relatives, colleagues, all they have lot many expectations from us, and sometimes it becomes difficult for us to handle the situation, to give enough time to each and every person around us, and to share whatever relations we have. While sharing those relations, sometimes it also becomes a kind of imbalanced kind of situation there. Then, as we have experienced a few uh, health related issues during this pandemic, so certainly health issues are also there, because of which again we are unable to keep ourselves at the balance level, and that also results into kind of stress or kind of burden on us. Sometimes because of all these negative situations, all these rush of life, all these things to be done at the same time, we come across some negative thoughts, because somehow we lose our inner energy, we lose our balance, and that results into negative thoughts. And when all these things come together, we start facing a kind of stress. It can be mental level phase, which again later on results into physical stress. Sometimes it is an emotional kind of stress. At the level of emotions, we come across some stress. And when this kind of stress is there, stress, if we try to define it, it can be defined as the kind of burden, the kind of loss we feel because of the gap between our expectations are and the reality, our achievements. So whatever burden is there, whatever stress is there, that is most of the times due to the expectations we have. We have some aims to be achieved, some objectives to be fulfilled, but by some reason they do not get fulfilled, and because of which some at mental level, psychological level, physical level, or even social level, family level, we come across a kind of imbalance, and that imbalance is kind of can be termed as stress. So for that, how to overcome this stress? For that, obviously, we have to become a balanced personality. We have to overcome the imbalances within us, and those imbalances can be at very minute or small level. Like sometimes they can be physical imbalances because of health issues and all those things, or even sometimes negative thoughts are there, because of which also we come across some imbalances. And later on, as we have discussed, like expectations of our family members, competition, career objectives, lot many things to be done at the same time, and all these things later on result into imbalances and stress. This is what is the exact reason for which we need to meditate, because meditation is the thing that helps us within, not from outside. It's a thing that happens to you within. Inner development is there. Meditation is the medium to develop yourself within yourself. Means inner development is there. And because when we try to listen to music when we are stressed, that's a kind of, you can say, temporary relief. We watch movies, sometimes we sing songs, sometimes we give time to nourish or nurture our hobbies and all that. So that is also possible, but that gives us a kind of temporary relief. But when you train yourself to tackle the stress, to face the stress in a positive way through your inner desires, inner willpowers, and the activities, then in that way you can overcome, you can get a permanent solution for the stress and imbalances that we face. It doesn't mean that you, after that, you won't come across any situation of stress. Certainly, we come across, means it's a continuous process. Today we feel imbalanced. Maybe after meditation you feel balanced, a balanced person, and again after some situation you may go into again negative situation. But when we apply some external remedies for stress, they give us only temporary relief. But when you train yourself for some positive, you can say, energy within you, you understand what energy you have, you understand what kind of qualities you have within you, then certainly all those things, they help you to overcome these imbalances. You balance yourself in a very fast way, in a very rapid way, and you can control the stress, you can overpower the stress easily by that method. And meditation is really very helpful in doing that. So we'll talk about Sahaja Yoga meditation today. Sahaja Yoga meditation is a kind of unique discovery in today's time specifically. It was established and founded by Her Holiness Dr. Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. And according to her, she defines Sahaja Yoga as Sahaj means inborn, within, that is spontaneous, something that is within you. Sahaj means that is some energy is there, that is within you, that is with you. And yoga, energy of yourself to the universal or all-pervading power. We can call it as the power of nature, we can call it as the power of God. So any name can be given, but that energy is there which governs the whole universe. Therefore, it is called as all-pervading power. So your connection, your yoga, you get connected with the universal power. And after that, after this Sahaja Yoga, your life really becomes very easygoing. How this Sahaja Yoga works, what is the basic principle of Sahaja Yoga? So we'll try to understand with the help of these two diagrams on the these two charts on the screen. This is the subtle system that each and every human being has within himself or herself. When we sit in this position, we can see there are some energy centers. We call them as energy centers in medical language. They are also known as plexuses. These 7 plexuses are there. They are also shown in the backbone, in this part of our backbone. They are there. This is known as nervous system, subtle system. And when we understand these energy centers in our body, when we know which energy center is there and what are its qualities, and how we should make use of these energy centers to balance our personality, then certainly through meditation and balancing the chakras and nadis, they are called as chakras and nadis in Sanskrit language, in the language of yoga, but they are known as sympathetic nervous system and plexuses in medical language. So we have to understand this system within us, and when we understand this system, with the help of meditation, we can overcome the kind of imbalances that we come across. So let us see all these channels and chakras one by one. First of all, you will be able to see this blue color channel on your left side. And this is left channel, known as Ida channel in Sanskrit language or in language of yoga. This channel records all the activities we do, and therefore whatever thoughts come in our mind of the past, they come because of this channel. After this, right channel is there. It starts from this. You can see it in yellow color, and this right channel is the you can say power of some activities. For example, if left channel is the desire, For doing anything, we have to have some desire to do the thing. And as the left side is our desire, in the way, right side is our work power. So willpower and work power, they are there in our body itself. These two channels, they give us power to work and power to have some desires. And you can see one more channel over here in the middle, white colored, where all these chakras and these energy centers are located. This is the middle channel, central channel. When we are on this channel, when our attention is on this channel, we are in the present situation, present moment. We are not, we are neither worried of the past nor worried of the future. Means we are not on the left side channel, not on the right side channel. We are balanced. We are in the balanced situation in the in this particular central channel. So what happens if we are on the left side channel? Then you'll come across the situation that you always feel a kind of laziness if your left side channel is activated, or if your attention, if you are on the left side, if you are on the left side channel, then we feel laziness. We don't feel to do anything. Desireless kind of, you can say, activities are there. So that laziness is there. When this laziness is there, that is also harmful. And because we'll go on postponing the things, and later on again that will result into some kind of stress. In the other way, when we are on this right channel, we always think of future. We go on planning some certain things, that I have to do this, after this I am going to do that, after this that this activity will be there, then I'll go home and I'll do that, and a kind of planning is going on all the way. Obviously we should have some you can say plan with us, but not always thinking of that plan, that I have to do this and I have to do that. And only planning is not useful to us. Along with planning, activities should also be there. So instead of thinking of future a lot, if we are in the present, whatever we are doing at this moment, we'll be able to do that thing in a very positive way and active way. So this channel represents our future. Means if we use this channel more, we become futuristic, we go on planning and all those things. And at the time, obviously diabetes kind of diseases, we have to face them, blood pressure, diabetes, and even sometimes we come across some very deadly diseases because of the excessive use of this left channel or right channel. So what we have to do, we just have to keep our attention in the present. We have to use this channel, and for that you can see this triangular bone is there. This is this triangle is there, in which, as we have seen in earlier slide, the power within us. This is called as Kundalini in Sanskrit language, because it is in these coils, in the form of coils. This energy is there within us from our birth itself. We just have to get it awakened with the help of meditation. And that energy, when this Kundalini awakens, that energy gives power to all the chakras. All the chakras are brought into their original position, balanced position, and then their activities start. Their activities are started in positive way. We'll see how the chakras are there and what is their role. This is the first chakra, Muladhara chakra. These are the Sanskrit names. It is known as pelvic plexus in medical science. All these chakras have their own names in medical science and Sanskrit language, as well as science of yoga. So we'll just try to get familiar with their names in yoga language. So this is Muladhara chakra. This chakra gives us balance at the level of how to take proper decisions. Decision making is done with the help of this chakra. The most important quality that we develop with the help of this chakra is purity. If we have purity in our thoughts, purity in our activities, then certainly we become like an innocent child. Means we are never running behind some useless activities, like we never think of troubling others. We never wish to trouble other people unnecessarily. So our attention is within us. That innocence of a little child comes within us. We get the wisdom in us with the help of this chakra. This chakra looks after all the physical activities of excretion and all that. So from that point of view also, this chakra is very important, because those people who are not balanced at the level of this chakra, they get kind of troubles like piles and all that. So when this chakra is balanced, when this chakra is energized by Kundalini, we feel relaxed, we get away from all the physical diseases also that happen on this chakra. Then next is Swadhisthana chakra, this second one. Because of this chakra, whatever thoughts or plannings are there that come in our mind because of this chakra, and if these thoughts are excessive, then this chakra gets damaged, or there are some imbalances on this chakra, on this energy center. So this chakra keeps our attention stable. It minimizes the thoughts, unnecessary thoughts that come in our mind. It controls the thoughts, because for our brain, gray matter, gray cells are necessary to are used by the brain. So this chakra controls all those activities, and therefore less number of thoughts are there if this chakra is balanced, and we feel balanced at this level after meditation, because Kundalini gives energy to this second chakra. Then next is Nabhi chakra. It gives us peace. It gives us satisfaction. And because, whatever material things that we have, like car, bungalow kind of dreams, as we say in a day-to-day kind of language, even after having this, even after having a lot of money, many people don't have their balanced life. They don't have any satisfaction in their lives. They don't have proper relations. At the level of relations, at the level of material things, they're always dissatisfied. But when you meditate, when Kundalini gives energy to this chakra, certainly it gets balanced, and within you feel satisfied, within you feel the peace within you. Like at family level also, you get a kind of balance here. So all your relations are well established. All your, you can say, dharma principle, means all your duties, they're also performed properly if this chakra is balanced with the help of meditation. Then heart chakra is there it is also known as cardiac plexus. It is the representation of confidence in you, because what we have in our mind, and because of that fear, we are unable to balance ourselves, we are unable to perform those activities. So to overcome this fear, we have to meditate on this chakra, and that chakra support gives us confidence. Specifically, I would like to quote the examples from this pandemic situation. This chakra is also important from the point of view of the, you can say, the chakra is also important from the point of view of the antibodies, because fighting against all kinds of diseases, attacks of viral attacks, these two chakras are very important. The first one is Vishuddhi, and then cardiac plexus, this Anahat or heart chakra. They're important because they save us from all the kinds of diseases, all the kinds of viral attacks, all the kinds of means fears that we have. These two chakras are important, and we have experienced this during this pandemic. Those people who are regularly meditating during this pandemic, they didn't face any kind of trouble of COVID, and even they were having the confidence that yes, I'm at physical level, I'm confident, antibodies are developing, growing properly, and therefore they were protected from the viral diseases also. And even if some of them might have got the viral infections by chance, they got recovered very fast. So this is the importance of these two chakras. Vishuddhi chakra, that looks after our eyes, nose, then throat. This chakra looks after all that. Then sixth energy center, that is here at the forehead. It is called as Agya Chakra, and this chakra is also important because it teaches us how to forgive people. You'll come across some situations where we find ourselves in kind of stress because of other people, and those situations are more problematic for us, and we are unable to understand why does this happen, why we are unable to feel the peace within us, why we are feel troubled always, and that is only because of we are unable to forgive people. So this chakra teaches us how to forgive people. When we forgive people for their mistakes and for everything, then certainly this chakra opens up. Kundalini gives again energy to this chakra, and we feel balanced at that level. We feel the thoughtlessness here after forgiving people. Then seventh energy center is there, which is at the top of our head over here. And this chakra is important from the point of view of integration of all these activities. Your physical, mental, psychological integration is done over here. You get blessings, you get the connection of your energy with the divine energy, with the divine power, or with the natural power, cosmic energy through this chakra. Means Kundalini awakens here, gives energy or energizes all these energy centers, and then here it crosses our fontanel bone, and then it gets connected with the universal power there. And then we, after this Kundalini awakens, we can also feel it on our senses, like on both of our palms. We can feel cool breeze, cool vibrations are there on our both the palms. Even we can feel them on the top of our head. This is how we get proof of Kundalini awakening, that yes, the Kundalini within me is awakened, and with the help of that, if we regularly meditate, all these problems, stresses, burdens that we face in our day-to-day kind of situation, we are able to balance them, we are able to overpower them very easily, only with the help of regular meditation in the morning and the evening. You just have to give 10 minutes in the morning and 10 to 15 minutes in the evening as per your schedule. So this is how this subtle system works within us, and it helps us to overcome the imbalances we have. I hope you might have understood all these things in a way. If you have anything to be asked, you're free to ask. Yes, somebody is asking, Mayur sir is asking, that how do we know which chakra is balanced or imbalanced? It's really a very good question. Mayur sir certainly will answer this question in our question answer session. Do remind me about this question. We'll
Yes,
just go through this animation, how Kundalini awakens and how those chakras are energized. You can see here the 3 channels are there. This is a human body sitting in the position of meditation. When this Kundalini awakens, all these chakras are energized, they are activated. And you can feel it on our palm, both the palms, hands. You can see each and every chakra is also represented here. Like the Swadhisthana chakra is there here, Muladhara chakra, Navi chakra. Their endings of these nerves are also there on our hands. So we can feel them in the form of cool breeze, or sometimes a kind of a tingling sensation is there. Sometimes warm feeling is there. this is how this animated video might have helped you to understand how this Kundalini awakens, and we can feel the awakening of Kundalini on both the palms. Before that, shall we go through this or shall we discuss it later on? Because practical part is important over here. How health improvement is there, behavioral improvements are there, how do we feel relaxed, then how our bad habits are we can overcome them, how concentration and memory improves, and there are so many benefits. But I think first of all we should go for the actual experience of meditation, and then we'll go for practical experience. I hope Ashish sir has joined. Ashish sir, are you there?
Yes, I am there.
Sir, is it possible for you to conduct this practical part of meditation session?
Yes,
Kundalini awakening?
Sure.
Please continue.
So we'll go for the practical
Welcome,
part.
Ashish, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I think you will continue.
Yeah, I will continue.
Okay, I just wanted to introduce you.
Okay.
Um, Mr. Ashish is a mechanical engineer in automation production from KKWCE, Nasik Pune University. He has a wide work experience of about more than 18 years at HLA, that is Hindustan Automatic Limited. He is involved in the setting up of the Sukhoi 30 fighter aircraft project facility at HAL. He worked in transfer of technology from Russia for armament, hydraulic and pneumatic system for MLG, that is MiG and Sukhoi series of aircraft. Mr. Kumar has experience of assembly of above aircraft system, fault finding and diagnosis. He is also involved in the training development of employees for technical and behavior improvement, motivation and conflict management. Thank you, sir. We welcome you in this session.
Thank you, madam. So we will continue with the practical experience of the meditation. Actually, whatever we have learned, you may have understood some part, you may not have understood some part, but the practical part is there that I hope you will definitely will understand and you will definitely feel, because in practical we actually do the meditation, and this meditation is very easy to do. At the same time, it is very it has a lot of benefits from there. Just like a seed grows inside the mother earth, there is a lot of struggle for the seed to get it converted itself into a tree. But what we see from our eyes is just we put the seed into the mother earth and it comes out. When we give some water and suitable environment is there, the seed comes out. So we do not know the pains taken by the seed and all the chemistry involved, all the science involved, what the mother earth does, everything that is at minute level. But what we see from our eyes is that the seed comes out, there are flowers on that tree, there may be fruits on that tree. So it is just a simple process for all of us. In the same way, meditation, if you go very deep inside, it is working very minutely on each and every cell of your body. But at the same time, at an outward level, what you get is the relaxation, you get your peace, you get your body all right, you get your mind all right, and at the same time your personality improves, your social status improves, everything that gets improved by the meditation. So what we will do, the meditation first. So it has 3 steps, only 3 steps. The first step is you have to put your hand on your heart. Whatever posture you are sitting, you sit in that posture. Just keep your both hands like this on your on chair in the lab, and then follow the steps that are shown in the diagram. So the first step is put your left hand like this one, and then put your right hand on your left side of your heart. Then the next step is putting the right hand on the your forehead area, and the last step is to put your right hand on the top of your fontanel bone area, or your, on the top of your head. Only these three steps are there. So these are very simple steps, but at the same time, there I will ask you to do some prayers, or you say something inside. Then what do you feel? You will feel cool breeze is coming out your body, or your hands, or your head. So this is the actual experience that you are going to get. So the founder of this meditation, I would like to tell you that Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi is the founder of this Sahaja Yoga meditation, and she is a doctor. She has studied in Lahore University, and her husband was a personal assistant of Lal Bahadur Shastri. So she has lived her life as a normal husband and wife, as as we normally do in a family. And in 1970, Sri Mataji started giving this realization, or this meditation to all over the world. In the world now, there are around 150 countries in which the Sahaja Yoga meditation, or this meditation, is being done, and it is, of course, it is totally free of charge. So what we will do, we will put Shri Mataji's photograph just to respect her, as she has given us this form of meditation, which is very easy. Even small children can do this meditation. My children also do this meditation very easily. And the first and the foremost thing that I have got from my children, that they are not involved in mobiles, and they are not after the gaming and all those things. So this is the one thing, that this is the first thing that I found that has helped them a lot. They are no, they are playing all the time. They are playing other things, but they are not doing anything on mobiles or gaming, which is nowadays very big problem, because we cannot get them out of that world. So what first thing we will do, we will put our right hand on the left part of your heart. Keep your eyes closed. In this whole process, I request all of you to keep your eyes closed. Put your right hand on the left part of the heart, and say inside your own self, Shri Mataji, I am pure spirit. You can say, oh God, I am pure spirit. Or you can take the name of Allah, you can take the name of Christ, you can take the name of Guru Nanak Ji, whoever is the as you like. So I will take the name of Shri Mataji. Shri Mataji, please give me my self-realization. Oh God, I am pure spirit. Or you can say, Shri Mataji, I am pure spirit. श्री माता जी, मैं शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ, मैं शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ। हे परमात्मा, मैं शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ। Keep your eyes closed. Now put your योर राइट हैंड ऑन फोरहेड, अपना दाहिना हाथ जो है अपनी कपाल की जगह पर रखे। नाउ से श्री माता जी, आई हैव फॉरगिवन एवरीबडी इंक्लूडिंग माई सेल्फ। श्री माता जी, मैंने सबको एक साथ क्षमा कर दिया है। श्री माता जी, मैंने एक साथ सबको क्षमा कर दिया है। हे परमात्मा, मैंने सबको एक साथ क्षमा कर दिया है, कृपया मुझे भी क्षमा करें। आज तक के जीवन में मुझसे जाने या अनजाने में जो कोई गलतियां हुई हो उसके लिए कृपया मुझे क्षमा करें। जाने अनजाने में मुझसे आज तक जो भी गलतियां हुई हो उसके लिए कृपया मुझे क्षमा करें। पूर्ण हृदय से कहे, हे परमात्मा, जाने अनजाने में आज तक जितनी भी गलतियां मुझसे हुई हो कृपया उसके लिए मुझे क्षमा करें। अब आखिरी क्रिया है, दाहिने हाथ को सिर के ऊपर रखना है, तालू भाग के ऊपर, आंखें बंद ही रखें। नाउ कीप योर राइट हैंड ऑन द टॉप ऑफ योर हेड। नाउ से श्री माता जी, प्लीज गिव मी माय सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन। श्री माता जी, प्लीज गिव मी माय सेल्फ रियलाइजेशन। आप ऐसा भी कह सकते हैं, हे परमात्मा, कृपया मुझे मेरा आत्म साक्षात्कार प्रदान करें। मेरे अंदर स्थित जो ईश्वर की शक्ति है उसे, उसकी पहचान, उसका अनुभव हमें दे। अपने दाहिने हाथ को उसकी जगह पर 7 बार घुमाना है, धीरे धीरे 7 बार दबाकर घुमाएं। से थोड़ा सा हिलने दे। नाउ रेज योर हैंड स्लोली, 1 इंच, 2 इंच, 3 इंच, 4 इंच। देन अगेन ब्रिंग इट बैक। अपने दाहिने हाथ को सिर से थोड़ा थोड़ा ऊपर लेके जाएं और धीरे धीरे नीचे लेकर आए। आंखें बंद रखें। आपके सिर में से ठंडी या गर्म हवा की लहरें आती हुई आपको महसूस होगी। दाहिने हाथ को नीचे ले लीजिए। नाउ विल रिपीट द लास्ट स्टेप विद द हेल्प ऑफ लेफ्ट हैंड। लेफ्ट हैंड को सिर के ऊपर ऊपर रखें और धीरे धीरे ऊपर ले जाएं, धीरे धीरे नीचे लेके आए। Put your left hand on the top of your head. Now raise your hand slowly, slowly. Again bring it back towards your head. You will feel cool breeze or hot breeze or tingling sensation on your hand or on the top of your head. Now keep your left hand in the lap. Keep your eyes closed. Now put your attention on your hands. You will feel cool breeze or hot breeze coming from the center of your hand, from the ends of your fingers, from the top of your head. Something is coming out. you will feel that there is a very nice silence that has been built inside us. No thoughts are coming. There is a gap. Even if they are coming, there is gap between the thoughts. Your head and body, you will feel you are somewhat relaxed, somewhat not much heavy. You will feel that you have reduced your weight. Means now slowly open your eyes. You will not feel that you should open your eyes. This is the first indication that you were in meditation actually. Slowly open your eyes. Now, as you do namaskara, you bring both hands and you will feel you take them away from each other. Again, take them closer to each other. You will feel that something is coming out from this hand to there. If you have not felt earlier, you will feel this in this clear way. With your right hand, with your left hand, you can feel that one. Okay, so now all of you have got this realization. You have felt this in the form of cool breeze or hot breeze. We will discuss about this why for some persons it is cool, for some persons it is hot, for some persons it is in the form of tingling sensation, for some persons it is in the form of some heaviness. Some might have felt somewhat heavy in their head, might be heavy on their hands. Some might have felt that they are totally relaxed, no thoughts, nothing, and total calmness and peacefulness inside. So we'll all discuss about that. First, first and the foremost, everything we do for some benefit. So I would suggest we should find out what are the benefits of doing this meditation. So we can first and foremost find out that we all have learned from and all these things. Sometimes they continue, sometimes they do not continue. Some get health benefits, some do not get health benefits. But today I am with very high level of confidence. I would like to say that this meditation does not require much time. Most of the meditations, what happens that they take around 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, and most of us who are doctors, most of us are teachers, most of us are faculties. We are busy in our family life or in our professional life. So we do not have that much amount of time to give to meditation. But this meditation, we give only 15 to 20 minutes of time in the morning and in the evening. And the benefits we have seen, they are tremendous. And I hope if you continue this meditation, this is going to work surely. Just we have to give 15 to 20 minutes of time in the morning, 15 to 20 minutes of time in the evening. Even if we remember this meditation that we have not done this meditation in the evening or in the morning, you can do it at any time. There is no time slot as such where you cannot do the meditation. You can do it early in the morning, you can do it at 8 o'clock, you can do it in the afternoon if you have afternoon timing. Yeah, you can do it in the night, even at the time of going to sleep. If you give 15-20 minutes, it's enough for yourself. So the first and foremost thing that it is very sahaj. The name itself suggests that it is very sahaj meditation. Anybody can do, and there is no time as such. Whatever your food habits are there, whatever way you live, doesn't matter. And what you need to do is actually give time for meditation. So the first thing is health improvements are there. I would like to share with all of you with I we have data from all the meditation centers inside India. uh, there are only 1% people who were doing meditation, they suffered from COVID. And hardly we can count on your fingers those were badly affected, and those were the people who were not doing it properly, or were they were not doing it regularly. But none of us have actually have been affected by COVID as such. And those, even though some people were infected with COVID and this all this pandemic, they got cured within a very short span of time. Maybe first wave, maybe second wave, or maybe third wave. So this is the first and the foremost improvement that we get from the meditation actually. uh, what happens, this is we have seen in this pandemic that a bodybuilder is also having a COVID, and a poor person is also having a COVID. Who will suffer the most, we do not know. And that's where the meditation comes into picture. We found that those who are doing meditation have a very strong heart chakra, or we say anahata chakra. The Anahata Chakra or the heart chakra is responsible for building up antibodies within us. And the COVID or any kind of virus, today COVID has come, tomorrow anything else will come, some year after some years something else will come. So we do not know actually what will happen at what point of time. But the heart chakra, or the this center heart, we say, is able to detect any type of antibodies. Maybe it is today, maybe after 10 years, whatever time it is having, it, it will surely help you identify those antibodies and destroy them inside our body. So this is the protection that comes from within, not from outside. You whatever you may eat something, you may do some pranayam, you may do some breathing. It will help. I'm sure it will help. But the most important is the heart chakra. And what happens inside Sahaja Yoga meditation is whatever chakra is affected inside you, you get in the form of feelings of cool and hot vibration. Like some people must have felt cool breeze, some people might have felt hot breeze. So each and every chakra is indicated on your hands. Like in this figure, you can see the second number. You can see that yellow part is there, yellow chakra, the second one. Creativity is written over there. So it is Swadhisthana chakra. There is no need to remember any name. We know it, so we are pronouncing it. The second number chakra is responsible for creativity. It looks after your spleen, your pancreas, and other energy centers inside that area. Okay. So the indication of the also the liver. So the indication of this chakra comes on your fingers, on your thumbs. Both the thumbs are the representative of this chakra. So if you are having diabetes, or if your liver is bad, or you have not slept for 3 days, 4 days, or you have not slept for yesterday night, So your liver gets hot, or if you are diabetes, your liver and pancreas are not working fine. So the indication comes in the form of hot sensations on your left or your right finger or your both fingers. So how it gets cured? How to cure this? How this meditation will help? Because this meditation has different part, that it has a kundalini inside us. I'm not telling that kundalini is always inside us, whether you do this meditation or another time of meditation, but kundalini is awakened, and this kundalini, when it comes up, it clears all the hurdles, all the problems that are inside this chakra. That may have come due to your bad habits, that may have come from your genes, that may have come in your upbringing, that may have come from your food habits, from your thinking, from whatever you do. So these chakras get affected by many reasons. Whatever may be the reason, the energy kundalini, when you sit in meditation, it comes up, it clears that chakra, goes to the next chakra, clears up that chakra, then goes to the next chakra, and you will feel cool breeze on the top of your head. So this is the first and the foremost thing that happens to you, that your health gets benefited a lot. Now, there are emotional problems, emotional diseases are there, like anger is there, then loneliness is there, depression is there. Even though medical science has some cure, I would like to say meditation is the best cure for all the mental diseases. Uh, so far, medical science is concerned, the left channel that you can see on the left side, the blue line is the emotional side. Medical science mostly covers the cleansing of the right channel or the physical part. Nobody sees the emotional channel. So one part of your body is totally dedicated to emotional part. Whatever feelings you have is the half part of your body, and whatever physical part you see or the gross body you see is the right part of your body. So medical science, even if you get heart attack, even if you get BP, what doctors will say, doctors will suggest don't take tensions, don't work overnight, don't go to the stress level, don't increase your stress level. That's what doctors say. But they don't know how this stress acts on this body, because emotional side is the left side, and once this get disturbed, your right side gets also imbalance and your central side also gets imbalance. So when you are in balance emotionally as well as mentally, emotionally as well as physically, your complete balance happens inside you. And another thing is that is there is that most of people avoid meditation because they think that they will get lost into the meditation, and they will be away from all these worldly enjoyments and all. But I would like to tell you that meditation is nothing but enjoyment, and all the worldly enjoyments are there. In when you do meditation, you can enjoy them properly. Likewise, we go for picnics, we go for tours, we enjoy a lot, we see movies, everything we do. So there is nothing like that. When we go for meditation, we have to leave all these things, and these are all hurdles inside meditation, because true meditation is never taught, and it is always hidden from us. So true meditation is has to be done within 10 to 15 minutes. You have to calm your thoughts. We will learn about that in short period of time. So this is the first part. Then again, the next part is for children. There is not there. It happens like that. There are very bad habits that are going to come to children, like mobiles are there, and even if you see 10th class students, 12th class students, they are addicted to some other things. So it is very difficult for all of us to give them motivation to come out of all that. But if your children are meditating right from their childhood, there is no problem for them. Nothing will happen to them. So they can get rid of all these bad habits also. Even we are also in some phase, in our life, it happens that depression comes, situations doesn't go in a proper way. So it happens that we get into depression, we get into bad habits. So it can happen in anybody's life, but this meditation helps us a lot to come out of all these situations. So there are a lot of benefits from children's point of view. Yeah, it helps them in concentration. It helps them in increasing memory power. There are a lot of benefits. Once you start meditating, once you start meditating, it will definitely happen with you. So, how to do this meditation at home? We will learn this last part of the lecture is how to do this meditation at home, and then we will go for the question and answer. Okay. So meditation at home is very simple. You can sit on chair, or you can sit on grass, or you can sit in this Padmasana, and you can do meditation whatever way you want. If you are having trouble in sitting on earth, then you can sit on chair also. So there is no problem. Whichever way you sit, the important thing is to calm your thoughts. And once the kundalini, the energy inside you, it goes beyond the agya chakra level, yeah, definitely thoughts will stop. So this has happened before this 10 minutes. So this will happen whenever you go into meditation. This will happen. You will have to give first 5 minutes of time for Kundalini to rise beyond the Ajna Chakra level. So you have to look at your thoughts, calm your thoughts, come out of your situations, like you may have come from market, you may have come from your job, and there are many thoughts running inside you. So you need 5 minutes of timing to come out of that. So just give 5 minutes of time for that, and then you start meditation. Okay. Uh, you can put both your hands on lap, like you are sitting in chair. We'll do it in we'll practice right now. It will take only 2 minutes. We'll put our both hands at the time of meditation. Put your both hands like this, like the person in the slide has kept his left hand, both the hands like that one, and keep your eyes closed. I will request all of you to keep your eyes closed. Now you have to observe your attention where it is going. So it may go to your college, your family, your wife, your children, or market, or anything else. So it may go there. Remove that attention from there and bring it to the top of your head. First, observe your attention where it is going. Find out where it is going and bring it back on the top of your head. In the air above your head. Keep it in the air above your head. Now there is no need to do any hand movements right now. As shown in the picture, there is no need to do anything. You just have to keep your eyes closed and keep your attention on the top of your head. You will find that slowly your thoughts are vanishing. Keep your attention on on the top of your head. Now you will again feel that something is coming from from the middle of your both hands, or from the top of your head. Try to maintain your attention on top of your head and just sit for 5 to 10 minutes. Just relax. Keep everything aside, what your worries, what your tensions you have. Just come out of your thoughts. The gap between the two thoughts is the meditation. You have to increase that gap. Now slowly open your eyes. This is the way you can do the meditation at your home. Okay. So there are many benefits as creativity, dynamism is there, and then you can work in a group where you become forgiving. You have diplomacy, but that is divine diplomacy that does not hurt others. At the same time, your all nervous system gets clean, and your nervous system gets nourished, and you will feel beautiful days are going if you start doing meditation. So we will now move on to the last part, that is the question and answer. Whatever questions that you want to ask, you can ask us. We'll try to answer them as per our knowledge. Ma'am, you can ask to
Yeah,
unmute.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. The session was very informative, and there are also some questions. The question is from the first question is from Rani Thakur, Government College of Pharmacy, Shimla. He's asking, can we cure psoriasis, which is a skin disease, through yoga? If yes, then which asana is suitable? I repeat, can we cure psoriasis, which is a skin disease, through yoga? If yes, then which asana is suitable?
Actually, this meditation is there, and meditation clears this chakra. Actually, psoriasis is the disease due to the left part of your nabi, and this third chakra. It occurs due to damage to this chakra. When this damage occurs, it is reflected in the form of psoriasis or any form of skin diseases. Once once you start doing meditation, there are certain also treatments are there that are also free of charge. Sahaja Yoga meditation is totally free of charge, and psoriasis also can be get cured. But at the same time, I would request that continue whatever medical advice that has been given to you by your doctor. And at the same time, if you start doing meditation, it will surely you can get away from that. Psoriasis can
Okay.
also be cured.
Yeah, so both the thing we have to continue. Medication as
Yes.
well as meditation. Both the thing
Sometimes,
we go simultaneously.
yes, sometimes what happens, medication does not help you because the chakra is not all right. Once
Yeah.
your chakra becomes all right, whatever medication you take, it works on your body and you get all right within no time.
Okay. The next question is from Dr. Mayur. He says that how do we know which chakra is balanced or imbalanced? I repeat, which chakra is balanced or imbalanced? How can we know that?
You can find out this from this slide. You can see I have told that second number chakra is the Swadhisthana chakra, which you can see in the form of yellow. Yellow chakra is there inside our body. At the same time, you can see it in the form of yellow color on your thumb. In the same way, other chakras are there. Like fourth chakra is Nagi chakra. It is with a dark blue color, and you can see the last finger is the indicator of that one. So anybody is having this blood pressure or heart problems, he can feel it on his this last finger. Anybody who is diabetic, sorry, heart patient or blood pressure or some heart surgery has been done on that person, he can feel heart vibrations coming out of these fingers. So once you do start doing meditation, the Kundalini energy works on this chakra, and this chakra gets cured. You can find out from the medical science. You can go to the doctor. If it is all right on your hands, You can find out from the medical reports also. You will blood pressure you will find reduced, or whatever blockages maybe you may be having in your heart, they are getting reduced. So this will happen once you start doing meditation. So you can daily meditation in the morning, in the evening, you can find out whatever chakras are there, which are bad and which are good. Good are felt in the form of cool breeze, and bad are felt in the form of hot breeze or tingling sensation.
So can we feel these things in our finger every day? If there is certain imbalance in our body, we can feel
Yes,
this.
yes. Daily, we are suppose our body is changing each and every moment. Likewise, I have said that if you are not having good sleep in last night, your liver becomes hot. Then you get digestive system. Then you feel that you are not able to eat properly on the next day.
Hmm.
So all these things you find out on your hands. Like your liver gets hot, you will the thumb finger will indicate in the form of hot vibrations. So
Okay.
if you go for meditation, you sit for 10 to 15 minutes of meditation. If then all this hotness will go out. After some time you will feel coolness, and also at the same time you will feel that you have whatever the effect of the last night is there, that is not there. You are again energetic, you are again ready to work. So this happens with the help of meditation.
Okay. The last question is from Thanuja Balasubram. Can we do medication after taking food?
Uh, yes, you can do, but give some gap after taking food, because food has an effect on your liver. Once you take food, liver starts working, and it has different work to do on food. So you get somewhat sleepy. uh, Giving sleep is the activity of your left sympathetic nervous system, so it gets activated. So once you get food, you feel somewhat drowsy. So you are on the left side. When after taking food, you go to the left side, and meditation is being in the center. It is not going to the left side or to the right side. Left side gives you somewhat drowsiness, right side gives you somewhat overactiveness, over freshness, we say. So we are in the middle at the time of meditation. So at least after taking food, you do not do meditation at least half an hour at least.
Okay. Thank you, sir. This was the last question. Thank you, sir. It was very informative and very nice session. I think all of the people attending the session will feel very relaxed after doing this meditation session, and it will help every person in this pandemic situation. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Just one moment, ma'am. There is a Google form over there shared by Yogesh
Yeah, yeah.
Sirsagar sir.
Okay.
I would request that those who are interested in doing this meditation, actually it is totally free of charge. There are no charges at all. Also, it is being done in the evening on the at 5 o'clock. There is one YouTube channel, Learning Sahaja Yoga YouTube channel. There are more than 2 lakh followers for that one. So in this pandemic, the meditation has increased a lot. So you can fill your details in that form. It is voluntarily you can do that one, and you can learn all the other things. Like this ma'am was saying that she is having psoriasis. Somebody may be having cancer. Somebody may be having other problems, digestive problems, any other problem, children's problem. There are many problems are there. So they can find out the solutions for that one. They are very informative sessions, totally free of charge, and you will learn in a step-by-step way on Learning Surge Yoga YouTube channel. So if you give your numbers and all, we can send you the links and you can learn it from that. I would like to request all of you to raise hand, those who have felt in the form of cool breeze or hot breeze. Just last part of the session. If you have felt anything, cool breeze or hot breeze, or any sensations on your hand, on the top of your head, anywhere, so you can raise your hand from this system.
So as I was feeling a hotness on my head.
Okay.
What was that?
Hotness in the head it happens at this in this when you start meditation. All the things that are bad or all the things that are not required for your body, they are converted in the form of heat and they get out for first 15 days. So it may happen that for first 15 days or 1 month you may get hot breeze on the top of your head from your hand, but it is required because once this goes out, then only the cool breeze can come from you or come from inside. So that is very much required. So once it goes out, then everything is clean and clear now afterwards.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.